Tonight at 5, a former Sun Prairie school officer facing sexual assault charges makes his first court appearance. A closer look at those charges.
Plus, abortion services resumed at some Wisconsin Planned Parenthood locations today, including here in Madison. We'll hear from locals on both sides of the issue.
And we're learning new details about a shooting and stabbing on Madison's west side that left several people hurt. You're watching News 3 now at 5. A former Sun Prairie school resource officer made his first court appearance today.
Lamont Crockett is facing several charges, including sexual assault of a child. The 34-year-old was arrested in August but released on a signature bond. In June, a victim told police he was assaulted by Crockett when he was 16 years old. He told investigators he engaged in sexual acts with Crockett 3 or 4 times before graduating in 2020. He also claimed Crockett told him he was, quote, sleeping with other kids. Crockett was formally charged with sexual assault of a child by a person who works with children, child enticement, and exposing a child to harmful material. He was given a signature bond of $500 per case. Crockett will be back in court on October 9th.
Abortion services in the Madison area that stopped when Roe v. Wade was overturned last summer started again today.
It led to protesters and counter-protesters today gathering outside of the clinic when it opened. Our Catherine Merck is outside the clinic tonight with more about the crowd that gathered outside today. Catherine?
Eric and Susan, right now it's pretty quiet here outside of the Madison East Side Clinic. But earlier today, there were about 100 people representing both sides of this issue as they return services for the first time in over a year. This is what the crowd looks like, and this is what brought us here today. As for what led us here, abortion providers in Wisconsin stopped offering abortions in June 2022 after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. That put Wisconsin's 1849 so-called abortion ban back into effect until a Dane County judge said they believe that laws banned feticide, not abortion. Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin said last week their lawyers believe that gave them the ability to resume abortion services. I spoke with one woman outside of the clinic today who told me she had an abortion and that service changed her life for the better, which is why others need this care.
Really shaped my future and made it so that I could continue to go to college. And it made it so that I could become a public school teacher, and it made it so that I could become a parent at 40, which is when I wanted to become a parent. I think that every person who can become pregnant needs to have that same right.
However, a majority of the people who gathered outside identified themselves against being abortion services. One leader shared part of his own experience for wanting lawmakers to stop what's happening at Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin.
Abortion almost touched our family's life in 1934. This ban actually saved my father's life from abortion. My grandmother got pregnant. Obviously, she didn't go through with it. I'm here today. I'm a living witness that there is hope and healing.
In early August, Attorney General Josh Kaul filed a motion in the case asking the judge presiding to formalize the opinion from her July decision, which would allow the case to move forward. The case is likely to be appealed all the way up to the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Reporting live in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. Abortion services also resumed in Milwaukee, causing more protests there this morning. Planned Parenthood said appointments at the Milwaukee clinic were completely full within 24 hours of them announcing that services would resume. Without access to abortion care in Wisconsin for the past 15 months, many patients have sought assistance in Illinois, where abortions have remained widely available. According to Planned Parenthood of Illinois, its clinics have seen a 7-fold increase in patients from Wisconsin since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Rain and thunderstorms are possible later tonight. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. It's a beautiful evening right now on the weather patio. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Susan. Yeah, it is sunny out here, but things will change, especially as we progress past midnight and into the early morning hours. You can see a visible cloud track. Clouds starting to thicken up a little bit, but for the most part, they haven't been to the point to where they're producing any precipitation. And in the short term, we'll probably stay dry. That's Doppler track. You can see no rain there. 6-hour future track radar shows perhaps just a few few sprinkles of rain starting to develop to our north and west. We will see better chances after midnight tonight. It was chilly this morning. Low temperature in Madison, 45, but it was down to 37 degrees in Camp Douglas, 40 in Black River Falls. Most of southern Wisconsin had temperatures in the 40s, but current temperatures have warmed up nicely. 71 in Madison, 73 in Janesville, 76 in Boscobel. Across Dane County, it's 70 degrees right now in Sun Prairie, 72 in Perry, and 74 degrees in Verona. Look for skies to become mostly cloudy later this evening. Temperatures dropping into the upper 50s. Not looking for any rain this evening, but the chances for rain will go up after midnight. I'll time that out and tell you how much rain to expect in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. One person is in stable but serious condition. Following a late-night altercation on Madison's west side.
Madison police say a 20-year-old man stabbed multiple people before being shot. Kyle Pazorski joins us now with the latest on the incident that drew some concern from the neighborhood there, Kyle.
MPD officers responded to the area of Elderberry Circle and Tottenham Road just off McKenna Boulevard at around 10:22 p.m. This is after multiple people called reporting a large fight outside and hearing a gunshot. I visited the neighborhood today, finding crime scene tape in multiple places in the area. Madison Police Lieutenant Jason Orstega tells me the fight broke out between two groups. The department believes a man pulled out a knife before he was shot by one of the people he stabbed.
There was an altercation between these two groups. This wasn't a random someone getting shot randomly or someone getting stabbed randomly. The two groups knew each other.
Ostrango went on to tell me that this was an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public. Neighbors I spoke with wouldn't go on camera but tell me the neighborhood is usually safe, many not remembering the last time an incident like this happened. The man who was shot is being hospitalized. People say the three stabbing victims were also taken to the hospital to be treated, but they are expected to survive. MPD is currently working with the DA's office to determine if anyone will be charged. Eric and Susan.
Kyle, thank you. United Way of Dane County kicked off its 2023 campaign this afternoon. It was a chance for the community to invest in different partnerships to help local families thrive. The event was held at Stevens Field. Visitors could sign up at different stations to see how they could get involved, give, advocate, and volunteer in the community.
I think one of the things that we're missing post-pandemic is that sense of community. A lot of people are feeling isolated. They're seeing challenges in the community. They don't know what to do about them. And so by coming together, it's a chance to connect with one another. It's also a chance to find out that there are ways to get involved.
And if you'd like to help, visit volunteeryourtime.org.
The Milwaukee Brewers will continue to call Wisconsin home for decades to come.
That is under a deal reached with state lawmakers announced earlier this morning. Political reporter Will Keneally is here with the details. Will?
Well, the big thing here for the Brewers is the stadium. The agreement reached this morning will put $700 million towards stadium renovations. Now, the majority of that will come from the state government side, 400 of that $700 million. That money will come from the income taxes raised through player salaries. Now, lawmakers say that it is an important statewide investment for even people who don't live near Milwaukee.
The state of Wisconsin owns this facility. If the Brewers leave, we will continue to own this facility, so the taxpayers are on the hook, whether we like it or not. No money is going to the Brewers. This is not some kind of a thing where we are writing a check out to the team. It is only to be used for this facility to make sure that it can continue to be operated.
Now, the rest of those funds will come from the Milwaukee City and County government at around $200 million, with another $100 million coming from the team itself. Now, this comes after months of negotiation between lawmakers and the Brewers. Governor Tony Evers floated his own plan in February, and the Republican lawmakers today do say that they are working to get Democratic lawmakers on board, and we'll expect to see this all on paper next week.
We'll continue to follow it, Will. Thank you. Happening now, our annual Coats for Kids donation drive continues. As we have every year for about 30 years, we're partnering with Clinky Cleaners, Magic 98, and the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County to help families in need. You can buy items off the Boys and Girls Club Amazon wish list or donate new or gently worn children's winter coats and accessories. Hats, gloves, scarves, snowsuits, and snow pants will all be accepted. They can be dropped off at any Clinky Cleaners location. Look for this story on channel3000.com for more information. You can donate now through October 7th.
5 wrongfully detained Americans are now on their way back to the U.S. after a high-stakes diplomatic exchange. The the exchange, part of a multi-billion-dollar deal between Iran and the Biden administration. The administration agreed to a deal back in August, clearing $6 billion in frozen Iranian oil funds and transferring that money from South Korea to Switzerland and then to a bank in Qatar.
Americans are now free after having endured something that I think most of us can't possibly imagine.
Now, officials insist there are guardrails on how that money can be used and will not be accessible to support terrorism or Iran's nuclear program. In addition to the funds, President Biden also granted clemency to 5 Iranians who were facing charges in the U.S. for non-violent crimes.
The clock is ticking for a possible government shutdown, but there was some progress made over the weekend. 6 House Republicans closed a deal on a short-term spending plan. It would fund the government through the end of October. The measure cuts nearly 1% from current spending levels and temporarily 8% of agencies' budgets, not including the Defense Department and Veterans Affairs.
I do hope that we can avoid a government shutdown. In 2013, when Republicans shut down the government back then, it was very, very costly to millions of Americans.
The bill is less likely to be passed by the Democrat-led Senate, which means a shutdown could happen in less than 2 weeks.
Also missing from that bill, additional aid to Ukraine. Ukraine's president will meet with President Biden and top lawmakers in Washington Thursday to discuss that aid. President Biden has requested another $21 billion to help that country fight its war against Russia. Officials say its forces regained control of 2 villages in eastern Ukraine over the weekend. And Scott Pelley of 60 Minutes traveled to Kyiv, spoke with President Volodymyr Zelensky. He says his country is grateful for all of the support so far, but the world needs to remember Russia isn't just Ukraine's problem. Hunter Biden is now suing the IRS, alleging the agency illegally disclosed his tax return information and failed to protect his private records. That lawsuit centers around disclosures made by 2 agents and their lawyers in public statements, congressional testimony, and interviews. Hunter Biden is seeking all documents involved, $1,000 for each unauthorized disclosure, and attorney's fees. Coming up, Gary has a complete look at our forecast.
Plus, we reach day 4 of the United Auto Workers strike with still no deal on the table. We'll tell you where things stand after the break.
And some minor movement on Wall Street to start the week, all in plus territory as the Dow inches up just 6 points. The Nasdaq adds 2, S&P jumps just 3, and we'll be right back.
Attention homeowners, first we started with 50, now we're looking for 30 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions for safety and convenience. Call Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day. And with our price lock guarantee, we'll guarantee your price for 1 year. Now 30 homeowners will save. Receive free installation of a new bath or shower. 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 24 months. Senior and military discounts, plus call during this program and receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify, 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. During September, there is a 1 in 3 chance the lightning ball strikes a set of 2 plays on Megabucks. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Birkenstock ushers in a new collection with clean lines, easier than ever closures, and the most necessary footbed in your closet. Slide into Morgan's Shoes and shop our new Birkenstock arrivals. See what's fresh for fall. Birkenstock platforms and wedges, cork-powered sneakers, or up your game with our iconic men's and women's sandals.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Morgan's Shoes, Hilldale.
man allegedly stabbed multiple people before being shot on Madison's west side. We speak with the Madison PD to get more information on this developing investigation, plus see footage from last night's crime scene. That's coming up tonight at 6.
News 3 Now's Call for Action has settled hundreds of area consumer disputes. But we can't do it without our dedicated team of volunteers. Would you like to join us? Contact Call for Action by phone or visit channel3000.com to fill out an application. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
We could soon have problems finding Clorox products on store shelves. That's because of a cyber attack that happened last month. Clorox says it immediately took action to stop the hackers, including reducing operations. The company says it's contained that cyber attack, but it has not been able to get manufacturing operations back to full speed just yet. And as a result, some products are in short supply. It's unclear, though, exactly which products have been affected.
The United Auto Workers' historic strike has entered its 4th day with still no deal in sight. Mike Valerio takes a closer look at where things stand.
Weekend negotiations saw little progress between the United Auto Workers and the big 3 automakers.
We still have a long way to go.
While the strike remains targeted at one plant for each company, the union warns it could intensify efforts this week if its demands are not met.
We'll see how things progress the next few days, and if we have to amp up pressure, that's what we're going to do.
Top of the list for workers, an immediate 20% raise, followed by 4 additional 5% raises over the 4-year deal. All 3 companies have countered with a 20% raise during the life of the contract with an immediate 10%.
We gave up a lot in 2008 to help Ford out during the recession. We didn't get any raises for 3 contracts. So it's time for us to get something.
Analysts say the U.S. economy is getting bruised, but the strike's impact isn't likely to push the nation into a recession.
It would depend very much on how long the strike lasts and exactly who's affected by it.
The spillover is already impacting non-striking workers, with both GM and Ford announcing temporary layoffs on Friday. Suppliers working with the big 3 could also face layoffs soon. Impacted states like Michigan will see a decrease in tax revenue, and buying a car could get more expensive.
It's not that we're going to wreck the economy. We're going to wreck their economy, the economy that only works for the billionaire class.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Meanwhile, after about a month of silence, talks are set to resume between Hollywood writers and studios on Wednesday. Members of the WGA have been on strike now for 140 days. They're asking for better wages, streaming residuals, and a proposal for a mandatory staffing level in TV writers' rooms. So far, the 2 sides have also made progress on artificial intelligence regulations.
Rain possible for some tonight. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi with our forecast. Gary?
Yeah, 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Those showers are likely later on tonight into Tuesday morning. Could even see a couple of isolated thunderstorms, and then just a slight chance as we get into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And then we have dry weather from Wednesday through Friday with high temperatures probably at or above 80 degrees. Next chance of showers return Friday night into the weekend and early parts of next week as temperatures cool down back to around normal. High resolution radar, not seeing anything across southern Wisconsin. Doppler track shows a few showers starting to develop up around the Twin Cities down into west central Wisconsin. They're the forerunners of what we'll see later on tonight. 6-hour future track radar for the most part shows those showers staying to the north, maybe a few more starting to develop as we get closer to midnight. And then this wave of precipitation that's in Iowa will be moving eastward and reach us later on tonight into tomorrow. On weather track, right now upper level winds are from the northwest, but they come a little more westerly here. And this is where this weather disturbance, which is in Nebraska and Kansas, will kind of move eastward and gradually affect parts of southern Iowa and eventually into southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. There's a little wave of low pressure with a couple of little fronts kind of associated with it, and each one of these could touch off a shower, but there's just not a lot of moisture there. Temperatures are pretty warm in the 90s across Kansas and warm up into the Dakotas, but on our side of the front fronts are generally mild and turn cooler the farther north and east you go. As we zoom into our part of the Midwest, you can see Wisconsin right now pretty quiet other than those showers moving into the western part of the state. Temperatures are in the 60s in northeastern Wisconsin, but notice they are a little warmer to the south and west. This is kind of a little warmer air aloft that's starting to generate the showers. The 80s are more confined out to the west, so we probably won't get there until Wednesday, but tomorrow we'll see temperatures in the lower 70s with more cloud cover and those chances for rain. In fact, Future Track shows those showers starting to develop overnight, and then that wave coming in from Iowa that kind of moves mainly through southern and southwestern Wisconsin. As that moves eastward, then the chances for rain start to go down as we head into perhaps tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Planning your night, look for, and this is right after midnight, again, a couple of isolated showers, but the better chances for rain start to come in by tomorrow morning. They gradually move eastward and then start to dissipate or at least wind down as we head into the latter parts of tomorrow morning. Notice the temperature staying down because of the cloud cover. We get into tomorrow afternoon, temperatures up around 71, but by that time, almost all of the rain is gone. Planning your night across Dane County, 57 for low in Mount Vernon, 58 in DeForest, 57 in Madison. Showers, perhaps an isolated thunderstorm, mainly after midnight. Low 58 in Janesville, 57 in Lone Rock, and 62 in La Crosse. For tomorrow, our forecast calls for a high of 71. Best chances for showers in the morning, maybe an afternoon thunderstorm. And as we look at Future Track precipitation, the better chances for any accumulating rain will be south and west of Madison, maybe a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch in some spots, whereas north and east of Madison, the amounts really will diminish. As we look at the first 7 to 10 day forecast, high temperatures in the 80s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Shower and thunderstorm chances arrive Friday night into Saturday and Sunday, and then as we head into next week, temperatures close to normal. By that time, the average high temperature is about 70. We'll see a chance of showers into Monday and possibly Tuesday as well. As we check out first warn traffic, today on the Beltline, traffic looking pretty good. Beltline is in pretty good shape. I-39, 90, 94, east side of Madison, no problems there. Traffic moving at the posted speed limits. About a 15-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. From Sun Prairie to downtown, inbound is a 17-minute trip. Heading outbound on the same trip, it's 20 minutes today. Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 is 15 minutes, and the Beltline to Janesville on I-39, 90 is 27 minutes today. That's your news for now. First warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. A businessman in Bosnia is transforming his land into a nature park that resembles Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. Take a look. Over the last 5 years, Halim Zulik dug out about a dozen ponds, surrounding them with these swirled walking paths. He also planted 100,000 lavender bushes in 6 different shades of blue and purple, as well as roses and other aromatic plants. When seen from above, as you can tell, the layout resembles the Starry Night. Zulik says the project helped him gain a better appreciation for Van Gogh as an artist. He plans to open the garden to visitors next summer. Next at 5, fall hasn't officially begun, but many are already starting their holiday shopping. We'll find out why when we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A biker must always be on alert. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. We'll fight for the compensation you deserve. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It was just swift, and they cleaned up pretty good after themselves, so no complaints.
With more than 50,000 satisfied customers, Mad City Baths is your trusted source for durable, high-quality baths and showers, infused with Microban antimicrobial protection for easy cleaning, expertly installed in as little as 1 day. And now 30 homeowners will receive these special savings. Free installation of a new bath or shower, 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 24 months. Senior military discounts. Plus, if you call Mad City Baths now during this program, you'll receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify, 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs.
Then they are built in our very own factory,
Installed by a team of professionals and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
After a serious motorcycle crash, don't trust the insurance company. Call Gruber Law Offices first. We've been representing injured bikers for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Well, have you started your holiday shopping?
There's no way you have.
Definitely not. That'll be December 23rd.
Right. Michael George explains why some are saying it's never too early.
It's still t-shirt weather, but the Christmas Cottage is open for business in Manhattan, giving shoppers a jump on the holidays. And they're not alone. A survey from Bankrate finds 12% of Americans are buying gifts this month, and another 12% already started in August. Shopping early does have benefits, according to Bankrate's Ted Rossman.
In terms of spreading out your cash flow, giving you more time to research the best deals.
But most Americans plan to wait until October or later.
Unless there's something specific that I'm trying to get, and then I just might just keep an eye out for it.
It's September, a little early to start thinking about holiday shopping.
A lot early.
About 1 in 4 people plan to do most of their shopping in stores, but the majority are doing the bulk of their buying online, and they'll be searching for deals.
In recent years, major retailers like Amazon and Target and Walmart, they often roll out Black Friday type pricing in early October.
And 33% expect inflation to influence their shopping. 23% anticipate a strain on their budget, and 13% feel pressure to spend more than they're comfortable with. Dale Stenberg plans to stick to a budget.
They'll only get what the kids really want. Otherwise, it's a waste.
And others plan to be frugal.
We found that about 4 in 10 say that they're just simply going to buy less stuff. So that's kind of the ultimate holiday savings tip.
Another tip, avoid carrying a balance on credit cards, because right now interest rates are over 20%. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Gary will have a final check of the forecast when we return.